Hey guys, welcome back or welcome to my channel. Today I'm super excited because I am filming my 2016 beauty favorites. I decided to split this into two videos, so I'm going to be talking about my 2016 favorite drugstore products, and then I'm going to be talking about my 2016 favorite high-end products. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that one. I'm going to try and not talk about each item for too long because we'd be here for a really long time if we did. I have a lot of stuff to talk about today, so let's just dive in. So I'm going to kind of go into order as to how I would apply it to my face, starting with a few skincare items. First thing I'm going to talk about is the Simple Micellar Water Makeup Removing Wipes and the Simple Micellar Cleansing Water. Now I'm really not going to talk about these because I just did a whole video dedicated to favorite skincare products for dry skin, and I go into a lot of details about why I love these and whatnot. So if you're interested in hearing more about these, check that video. But all in all, there's amazing, inexpensive products that are really good for your skin. So I definitely fell in love with these this year. Next one I want to talk about is this. This is the L'Oreal Pure Clay Mask. And I have never talked about this on my channel. I didn't get it too long ago. I've used it quite a few times though, but I did want to talk about it today because this is definitely going to be my new go-to mask. This stuff is amazing. I love when it dries and I can just see everything that's pulling out, and it just does a great job. My skin feels really refreshed and soft and smooth after I use this. A lot of people say that this is the dupe for the Glam Glow one. I've never tried the Glam Glow one, so I'm not really sure how it compares, but a lot of people do believe that the L'Oreal one is a dupe. Next up is a primer, and I want to talk about the NYX Angel Veil Primer. This primer is my favorite drugstore primer ever. It just feels so luxurious on your skin, so velvety smooth. This I think is actually a dupe for the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. These just have such similar feels and textures on the skin. It is amazing. So I of course love the drugstore version of that primer. Spoiler alert, the Hourglass one is actually going to be in my favorite high-end products of 2016. So I just love these primers so much. If you haven't tried them, you need to. I don't know how else to describe it except for like velvet on your skin, and they both make your makeup last a really long time. So this is an amazing drugstore primer. For foundation, I want to talk about the L'Oreal True Match. I'm in the shade W3. I was so late to jump on the bandwagon of this foundation, but I finally tried it and picked it up probably 6 months ago or so, and I fell in love. This just sits so nicely on the skin. It just looks flawless. The coverage is amazing. They have a great shade range. I definitely think this is one of the best foundations that you can find in the drugstore. I am not crazy about the packaging though. I wish that it was either a squeezy tube or a pump, but beggars can't be choosers. The product on the inside is incredible. Alright, for concealer type products, the concealer I want to talk about is the Maybelline Master Conceal by Face Studio. And again, I was late to jump on this bandwagon. I didn't pick this up till probably about 4 or 5 months ago, but as soon as I used it, I fell so in love with it. The coverage of this stuff is amazing. Covers up everything, but it's not like too thick and goopy where it looks heavy on the skin or settles into the fine lines. It just blends out flawlessly. It looks great but has great coverage. Again though, the one thing that I have to say that I don't like about this is the packaging. This one is in a squeezy tube, but for concealer I don't want to have to squeeze it on my hand and apply it with a brush. I want to use a doe foot and be done. It's just an extra step that you have to take, which, I mean, again, is not the end of the world. The product on the inside is amazing, but if there's one thing I could change about it, it would be the packaging. I am in the shade Light in this, if I did not mention that. For highlighter sticks, I want to talk about the L'Oreal Magic Lumi Highlighter Pen. I fell in love with this pretty close to a year ago. I think that I did discover it in 2016, but it was like right on the brink of 2015, 2016. So I've been using this for a very long time. I've gone through so many tubes of this stuff, probably 6 or 7. I love it. It's just really lightweight and just does a great job of highlighting. Sometimes I don't like to use concealer to highlight quite as far down because it can be just a little bit heavy on the skin. And when I want my makeup to look a little bit lighter or just sit a little bit lighter on my skin, I will definitely use this because it is a much more lightweight formula because it doesn't have really any coverage. It just gives you really great highlighting power. So I definitely reach for this quite often. Alright, and then to set all that crap, I like to use the Maybelline Master Fix by Face Studio. I bought this pretty much right after it came out. It came out this year, probably, what, like 8 months ago or something like that. It's just a great loose powder. It does have flashback though. I have yet to find a loose powder like this from the drugstore that doesn't have flashback. So if you guys have any recommendations, please let me know. But this one does have a little bit flashback, so you do have to be careful with that. But the product is so finely milled. It sits on the skin really, really nicely. It's just really smooth and soft and just does a great job of setting all your makeup, and you don't have to worry about it. This is actually almost gone, and I definitely will repurchase this when I run out of it. It is a great setting powder. All right, for contour, I had to give it to the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Palette. This one is in the shade, what shade are you? Dulce de Leche, and I love this stuff. I am so close to hitting pan on the contour shade, but these powders are just so buttery and smooth. They do kick up quite a bit of powder though, so you do have to watch that, or if that's something that you don't like, then you probably won't like this powder because it does kick up quite a bit of powder, but they are so buttery and pigmented and just great all around powder. So I love using this one to highlight, and then I will also use this to set my under eye and highlight. I use this a lot in the mornings, like before I'm getting ready for work, when I just want something really quick and easily, like to bronze up the skin messily. And then to set my concealer, if I want it all right in one palette, then I usually grab for this. So I definitely fell in love with this guy this year. I should have mentioned that not all these products came out this year. These are just products that I fell in love with this year. So I hope that's okay with you guys. Next up is the Physicians Formula Bronze Booster. This stuff is amazing. Again, this one I fell in love with right on the brink of 2015 and 2016, but I'm pretty sure we were in 2016 when I first tried this. It's so amazing. I'm so close to hitting pan. I'm kind of surprised that I haven't. I use it all the time, but it's just such a natural bronzer. It doesn't pull too warm tone or anything, and it's not like packed full with chunky glitter. Like, you can barely see it swatched, but on the skin just looks flawless and beautiful and just gives you that little tiny bit of warmth that you need. So the blush category I'm actually going to skip. I did not fall in love with any drugstore blushes this year. I really haven't bought a lot of drugstore blushes. That's definitely something this year that I'm going to try more of, but unfortunately I just didn't try enough this year to pick a favorite, so I'm going to skip drugstore blushes. But for highlighter, I have to give it to the City Color Highlighting Trio. This puppy is amazing. I love that you get 3 colors. You get a pink one, a champagne one, and then a gold type one. I normally don't use the gold one. I'll usually mix the champagne and the pink one together, but there they are swatched. They are so stunning. This whole palette I think is what, like $6? So affordable, and the product on the inside is amazing. I love this palette. All right, for brows, I obviously have to give it to the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer. I've gone through so many of these, and I didn't discover this until probably about 4 or 5 months ago, but this is hands down the best brow product I have ever tried. I love it, and it is so affordable. It just makes your brows look really natural, and it's the perfect consistency. It's just an amazing brow pencil. All right, next up for eyes. So I really didn't fall in love with a drugstore palette this year, but I definitely fell in love with single eyeshadows. These are the L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadows. I don't know if these came out this year or not. They might have. I know that I remember thinking I was late to get them when I did pick them up, so I'm not really sure when these released. But I have 2 shades here. I have one in Ice Latte and Amber Rush, and these are so gorgeous. Okay, I wasn't planning on swatching anything, but I'm just going to swatch this really quick. There it is right there. It is absolutely stunning. These are so buttery and creamy, and just the pigmentation is out of this world. So if you guys have not picked these up yet, you are missing out. You need to go get them right now. They are amazing. All right, and for mascara, I definitely had to give it to the Maybelline Lash Sensational. This stuff I love so much. It's not normally a brush that I would go for. I normally like more natural bristly type wands, and this one is rubberized, but there is something about the formula of this mascara that I just cannot get over. I am wearing it today. I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but it just holds a curl really really well. It's really, really black, doesn't clump up or anything. It's just an amazing, amazing drugstore mascara, and this one is definitely become one of my forever favorites. Alright, so I have 2 lip products. I have a lipstick, and then I also have the NYX Liquid Suede Lippies. I am obsessed with the formula of these. My favorite color that I tried this year though was Soft Spoken, but I also have Tea and Cookies and Pink Lust. But my favorite is definitely Soft Spoken. It's just a great like mauve-y type of color. But what I love about these is the formula. They dry down, this is Soft Spoken, they dry down pretty much to a matte on me. I've heard some people say that they don't dry down to a matte on them, but for me they dry down pretty darn matte. So they last an insane long time, but they're outrageously comfortable on the lips. Like I do not feel when I have these on. So these definitely became a favorite of mine. I actually want to get a whole bunch of these and do a whole lip swatch and review on these for you guys because they are amazing. And then the lipstick formula slash color I want to talk about is the Maybelline Creamy Mattes. The shade I absolutely am obsessed with is Touch of Spice, but I just love the formula of these. They are definitely my favorite drugstore formula lipstick that I have ever tried. They are so creamy and buttery and smooth, but they're matte, so I really like that. They don't move around a lot. I don't have to worry about them. They last a long time, but it's a lipstick, so it's a little bit more hydrating than a liquid lipstick. So I absolutely love the formula of these. I also really like the packaging on these lipsticks. I just think it's really sleek and nice. So all around, I think these are great lipsticks. I need to get a whole bunch more shades of these, but I am obsessed with them. All right, guys, well, that wraps up my favorite drugstore products of 2016. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know some of your favorite drugstore products down below. I would love to hear them, and don't forget to subscribe so don't miss out on my 500 subscriber giveaway, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.